spooky story. Everybody heard about it in the local villages. It's been around for over 180 years. The chained oak is situated here in the small village of Alton, here in Staffordshire. The oak is now more famous for being used as a vital part in the ride Hex, just 2 miles in that direction at the Alton Towers Resort. The story of the old oak tree was changed slightly by the Alton Towers Resort to create more effect to the ride's story. The legend goes, on a cold autumn night in 1821, the 19th Earl of Shrewsbury was heading back to his home, Alton Towers. Suddenly, an old woman mysteriously appeared in this very road, asking for the Earl to spare a farthing for an old beggar. The Earl cruelly dismissed her and instructed his driver to head back to the towers. Scorned, the old woman screamed a curse. For every branch of the old oak tree that fell, a member of the Earl's family would die. Later that very same evening, a violent storm raged with one mighty bolt of lightning severed a single branch of the old oak tree. And a member of the Earl's family suddenly and mysteriously died. The Earl ordered his servants to chain up every branch of the oak tree in an attempt to prevent further misfortune. As it still is, Alton is a small village and was once owned by the 14th, 15th and 16th and 17th Earls of Shrewsbury. If you lived in the local village at the time, you would have worked at the Alton Towers estate, with some also living in the grounds of Alton Towers itself. The Earl owned nearly everything around in the local area for miles, like the mines over in Cheadle and also the canals in the local area. And the idea of constructing the flag tower about 2 miles in that direction was also to protect people in the area, and so every single person who worked for the Earls could be seen from the house itself. The flag tower took nearly 10 years to complete and still remains in the Alton Towers grounds itself today. He was very religious, very, very religious. That's why he took the curse so seriously. The chained oak is taken as proof of something that went wrong, drastically wrong, as you would not train an oak tree this size if there wasn't something wrong. Nobody is exactly sure who it was, whether it was a beggar woman from the local villages or whether it was some form of gypsy. Nobody knows. But whoever it was, this is the exact place where it happened. On that night in 1821. This is the exact same place where the curse would have took place in 1821. Not many people dare to climb these steps behind me. The local residents, people in the local towns of Uttoxeter and Cheadle, you don't find many locals climbing these steps, especially after dusk. To this day, the chained oak remains chained up, as you can see, but not many people do climb these steps, as I just said. To this day, the chained oak gets many visitors from the local areas, and people stay in local B&Bs and bed and breakfasts to visit this very spot. Just about 200 yards that way is the chained oak B&B, who I do know the people from there, and they're really nice people, and if you're ever coming to visit this, or the Alton Towers Resort, I do recommend the chained oak B&B. What many people don't realise, during the main season, thousands of people will hear about this curse every day. Thousands of people every hour pass through Hex, the legend of the towers, inside Alton Towers, to hear about this curse, the curse of the old oak tree. And it's quite freaky, and it's just scary. And this tree is just fantabulous to see that it's here, and I really recommend you come and see this very oak tree. And as I say, thousands of people every day come and stand on these very steps and hear about the legend of the old oak tree. Join us in part 2 of the history of Alton Towers, where we'll be discovering the history of the Alton Towers ruins itself. Now in ruins, but with an interesting tale to tell, the Alton Towers ruins just this way are a fantastic place to visit. But who knows the history of one of the world's leading tourist attraction centrepiece, the Alton Towers ruins itself? That's it from me, Sean Sambrook. I'll see you in part 2. Cue the titles. Goodbye.